To show you the use of the Carendo in a real-life situation, we will show a sequence from the Old Volder nursing home in Holland. The first part shows a semi-dependent resident entering the Carendo by means of, in this case, an Arjo Encore. And once in the chair, the showering procedure starts.
Okay.
Notice that the resident is fully dressed when the process starts. Make sure that the accessory back pillow, if used, is visible under the backrest. This ensures that it is in its right position. Set the Carendo at a convenient working height. Motivate the resident to use the long armrest to support himself and help the caregiver. Unbutton the trousers and pull them down as far as possible. Take off the shoes. Lift the Carendo into the care raiser position. Pull the trousers further down until they are restricted by the front part of the seat. This is also an ideal position to remove any socks and pressure stockings if they're being worn. By means of the hand control, bring the resident to a normal sitting position. And now the trousers can easily be removed one leg at a time.
Ja, die spijkers. Mag die nat worden, die knie dingen, of liever niet?
Liever niet, nee.
Oké. Al twee keer eraf. Dan ga ik je nu eerst weer achterover.
Always explain to the resident what the next step will be, especially for residents using the Carendo for the first time. The resident can now be showered. Start with the lower parts of the body. Once again, please utilize the care raiser function in order to get good access to the lower parts of the resident's body. Wash these parts of the body and then rinse with the shower before the resident is brought back to a normal sitting position. In order to reach the back, let the resident help by bending forwards and thus providing access and clearance to his back. In order to improve this clearance, flip away the back cushion if used. Replace the cushion and let the resident lean backwards again. Always work with the Carendo at a convenient height. Lean back the resident in a reclined position and make sure that he rests his head on the neck pillow in order to lay back comfortably.
Lig je lekker? Ja. Mooi. Oké. Dan laat ik nu een stukje zakken. Dan moet je haar even wassen.
This is an ideal position for hair washing and hair care.
Leg maar weer neer.
Shower and wash the rest of the resident's body, including the feet. By gently pushing the heels of the resident, the legs will be lifted and give access to the underside of the legs. Rinse off the soap. In those situations where the resident can be active and perform some of the washing himself, make sure he does so. This promotes mobility and stimulates the resident to take an active part in the showering. When drying the resident, the same procedure is used, and you could always cover the resident with a towel in order to maintain warmth. Also dry the contact surfaces of the Carendo. Start the dressing procedure by putting on the underwear as far as possible to prepare the complete dressing.
Take your leg in my arm.
Make sure to put it on as far up as possible before it is restricted by the rear part of the seat. Put on the socks and then the trousers. Also make sure the trousers are as far up as to see through the hole between the legs from above. If you can see this hole, you have made sure that the trousers are in the right position. Dry the resident's back and the backrest of the Carendo. Lean back the resident again and put on the shirt.
Dat is heel belangrijk dat hij, als je iemand zijn kleding nog over het hoofd doet, dat je hem dan zo kort mogelijk maakt. Ja, dat heb je gelijk. Anders moet jij te veel bukken. Ja.
Replace the back cushion again if used, and make sure that it is dry before the resident leans backwards.
Iets naar voren. Dan komen we terug. Kijk. Tuurlijk. Ja, dus een beste kruis.
Now it is time to complete the dressing by manoeuvring the resident into the care razor position and to dry the lower parts of the body and the rear part of the seat. Put on the underwear and trousers.
Laat gewoon een stukje zakken. Ja. En als jij nou een gigantische buik in kunt houden. Dat wordt moeilijk. Dan laat ik je nou een keer omhoog komen. Ja. Dan ga ik nu rechtop zetten. En dan ga ik hier de schoenen aan. Oké. En de schoenen doe ik in deze positie nu aan. Ik ga
The
straks-
dressing is completed by finally putting on the shoes.
Als dat nog voor hen geen probleem is.
The resident is now brought back into a normal sitting position. He is completely dry and dressed. All this is carried out in the bathroom, and you can choose to do the transfer back to the wheelchair by means of the lift, inside or outside the bathroom, depending on the size of the room.